Good morning. Today's topic we are going to see about mobile communication technologies. As we have discussed already, what are the technologies we are using, what are the protocols we are using inside the mobile, as well as in computer, what are the protocols we are using, we have discussed already. Now we will move on to the next concept, that is mobile communication technology. Initially, before understanding how mobile processing is happening, I hope you will be remembering in 11th standard you have learned mobile system organization, how mobile system will be processing, what are the parts present inside the CPU of mobile, everything we have discussed already. Now today's class we are going to see about mobile communication technologies. Initially, mobile phone will use like popular network nowadays is mobile network that everyone knows, that is cellular based network, which gave mobile phone name as cell phone. Initially it was named as mobile phone only. Since we are using cellular technology, we are calling it as cell phone. The popular mobile technologies we are using are 1G, 2G, 3G, 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G and 5G. These are the different generations of communication technology. Now we'll be seeing what is this 1G, 2G, all those things. First generation, that is the mobile technology, which initially our mobile communication has started. In case of 1G, in olden days, we used 1G first generation communication technology only. In that, it will be supporting only voice calls, like analog signal alone will be supported, only voice alone we can send from one place to another place. That is only first generation. It will not support data. It will be permitting only a voice too, that is analog signal alone will be permitted to send into the network, no digital signal. And then in that we used a technology called advanced mobile phone system, AMPS, that is the technology. Inside that 1G we are using AMPS, advanced mobile phone system. That is the first technology we have started using for mobile communication. It will be supporting only voice, it will not support data. The voice the speed, that is the data rate will be like 800 megahertz. As we have discussed already, in case of analog signal, the bandwidth will be calculated using hertz. In case of digital signal, the bandwidth will be calculated by a unit per second, the data transfer rate per unit of second. That is only. Now in case of first generation, we are using only analog signal, so the data transfer rate for this, that is the bandwidth of analog signal, will be the maximum bandwidth of analog signal will be 800 megahertz. And then if you are taking the speed of transferring, that is data transferring speed is 2.4 kbps. That is the speed of first generation. And then poor voice quality, quality of voice will be very poor. And then the mobile phones will be looking very large size, but that battery capacity will be very low. We don't have any security also. That is only first generation. In case of first generation, we'll be using only voice calls. It will be supporting only voice call, it will not support data. It will be supporting only analog signal, it will not support digital signal. And then the technology used in first generation is AMPS, that is AMPS, that is advanced mobile phone system. The data transfer rate is 2.4 kbps, and then speed is 2.4 kbps, data transfer rate is 800 mbps. It will be supporting only poor voice quality. Voice quality will not be very good. And then the mobile phones will be looking very large size, and then battery life will be very low. And then there is no data security. To overcome these problems, the next generation thing is 2G. In case of 2G, it will be supporting both voice and data. It will be like simple text messages and all we can send. Previously we don't have any facility of sending messages and all, but in 2G we have a facility to send messages. And then MMS facility also started in 2G only, second generation only. Similarly, SIM card concept also, that is subscriber identity module concept also introduced in 2G only. Before that, we don't have any such kind of things like MMS, SMS, SIM card, all those things. But in 2G, all those things introduced. And then similarly, data transfer rate will be 64 kbps. In case of first generation, data transfer rate will be 2.4 kbps, but in case of second generation, the data transfer rate will be 64 kbps. But the disadvantages, it will be the data will be very slow in transferring of rate. And then to overcome this problem, in 2G itself, they have introduced two different technologies. One is CDMA and Edge, that will be called as 2.5 G. uh, that is 2.5 generation. CDMA, code division multiple access, and Edge, enhanced data rate for GSM evolution, were introduced during the second generation only. CDMA, TDMA already we have discussed. Time division multiple access, code division multiple access. Time division multiple access in the sense, in a certain period of time, simultaneously 8 calls can be made. That is only TDMA. In case of CDMA, will not use such kind of dividing single frequency into multiple. Instead of that, we'll be using speed spectrum. That is the technology we'll be using in case of CDMA. That is, single frequency will be divided into number of frequency and will be using, that is only spectrum. That is the concept we have used in CDMA. Similarly, Edge, all these technologies introduced to increase the speed, data transfer rate. It was introduced in the second generation. Now we'll move on to the next generation. In third generation, we'll have actually in first and second sorry in second generation, we don't have the concept of web browsing, email, video conferencing, video downloading, picture sharing, and other smartphone technologies were introduced. But in this generation only, all these technologies were introduced. And then smartphones also was introduced only in this third generation only. And then data speed will be 144 kbps to 2 mbps. Data transfer rate is high. And then similarly, high quality of voice transmission. It will be supporting multimedia, playing music, viewing videos, and video calls, etc. Mobile PC, mobile internet, that is all those supports we got with the help of third generation computers only. So in third generation only, we have started using our mobile and social medias, all those things more. Before that, we don't have such kind of things. In this generation only, we have started using all those things. Next thing is fourth generation, that is nothing is difference, only speed only will be difference between 4G and 3G. In case of 4G, the data transfer rate will be 100 mbps to 1 gbps. 100 mbps to 1 gbps, based on LTE, that is long term evolution advanced concept only. That 4G was introduced. You would have seen in your mobiles on the top of that, when you turn on your data, you can see LTE. Wherever in which are the mobiles you are getting that LTE, it is representing you are using fourth generation. You are using fourth generation technology. By seeing that, you can identify which technology you are using. And then similarly, which are the mobiles that is supporting 3G. On the top of that, after turn on the after turn on the data, you can see on the top, you can find out uh, Edge, all those things. It will be intimated on the top of the mobile when you turn on the net. Similarly, whenever you are using 4G, on the top of the mobile, you can find out that LTE. Most of the people are using Geo will be supporting 4G on the top of the thing. Depending upon your mobile configuration as well as your ISP, all those things will be displaying. That we cannot decide what is that thing after ISP, as well as after buying ISP. or at the time of buying ISP, and as well as the mobile capacity only will be deciding what is the generation technology you will be getting. And then these fifth generation in future will be getting this. In this fifth generation, actually in foreign countries and all, this fifth generation was implemented. It was started, they are saying, but into India still we did not get. Here also the same, the speed only very important. That is, it will be super fast data transfer rate up to 20 Gbps, along with energy saving. So these are the different generations of communication technologies, that is of mobile communication. First, 1G, it will not support data, it will be supporting only voice. And then the technology used in this is AMPS, advanced mobile phone system. And then the speed will be 2.4 kbps, poor voice quality, no data security. In second generation, it will be supporting simple text, as well as it will be supporting MMS, internet access, all those things with the help of. And then this SIM card, subscriber identity module also introduced in the second generation only. The data transfer rate will be 64 kbps. And then the technology used initially when 2G was introduced, the data transfer rate was very slow. And then the network range also very low. So to overcome this problem, in mid of second generation in 2.5 gen 5G, again they have introduced two more technologies, that is CDMA and Edge. CDMA stands for code division multiple access, Edge stands for enhanced data rate for global system mobile communication evolution. Both of these things were introduced during the second generation only. Next we'll move on to the third generation. Third generation only, it was supporting web browsing, email, video conferencing, all those, downloading picture, sharing, all those things, it was supported only in third generation. The third generation speed will be like 144 kbps to 2 mbps. High quality voice transmission will be there. And then multimedia content also was supported only in 3G, not in 2G. Make a note of this. And then in 4th G, that is 4th generation, it is similar to that, no deviation, but the speed will be from 100 mbps to 1 gbps. And then it was supporting light, LTE light, that is a long term evolution advanced, that was introduced in this. And then it was very good for video calling and video conferencing, etc. 4G. But 3G, it will be supporting, even though that quality will not be good. That is the reason we are moving to 4G. Similarly, 5th G, still now it is not implemented in India, but foreign people, they have started using. The main thing is speed only. Data transfer rate is 20 Gbps. It will be very fast and energy saving. I hope you will be understanding the different generations of mobile communication. Now we'll move on to the next thing, mobile processor. Mobile processor we have discussed already in 11th standard. What are the things present inside the mobile? Communication processing unit, application processing unit, and then popular mobile processor, and then communication processing unit, RD transceiver, audio subsystem, all those things we have seen already. We just have a small recap and take a note of all those things. Yeah, inside our normal computer will have only CPU, central processing unit, but in case of our mobile we'll have communication processing unit as well as application processing unit. This application processing unit will be processing all the applications, like doing some calculation, playing some music, opening some app, and chatting, screenshot, making videos, all those things will be taken care by this application processing unit. Communication processing unit will be taking care of transferring data, receiving data with the help of all these devices, subunits. Next thing is chat protocols. We have discussed this chat protocols already, like IRC. I said already, IRC is internet relay chat or instant relay chat. It will be supporting, it was introduced in the year of 1988. It is a simple protocol. It will be supporting for text chatting, and then next protocol is XMPP, that is extensible message and presence protocol. It is based fully on XML, extensible markup language. And then for this we need a separate unique ID like Facebook or Google Talk or WhatsApp, whatever it may be. This protocol will be supporting all these actions in futures. Main future of these things are it will be supporting multi logins. We can say Google, Zoom Classroom, Google Classroom. Multiple users can connect with the single head, that is only extensible messaging and presence protocol. For performing all such kind of things, we'll be using this. Next one is video conference, that we have discussed already, either VoIP or H.323. H.223 protocol mainly it will be supporting for what is that, multimedia content. It will be supporting video, audio, text, everything will be supported. So we'll be calling this as H.323 protocol. And then remaining things like Wi-Fi, WiMAX, all those things we'll be discussing in next class. Thank you.